Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you all are well and you're having a nice time. So I'm back with another video, and in this one I'll be running you through the team selection and the early transfer plans for Gameweek 7. Obviously we still have 5 days. I'm recording this just after the game of Sheffield United and Newcastle, but yeah, I have gathered my mind. And obviously there has been a disaster class this week too, and it is going downhill from the very first day. And as you can see that after game week 3 it has been in the gutter for me, and I am 3 points short of the 3 million rank. Now on your screen is obviously the DRAFTHOUND planner that obviously you can use to get all the insights, and there is a new feature that is the assistant manager, which actually suggests you transfers. So this is live this week. You can get a hold of all this and even the predicted lineups, player comparisons, fixture analysis, player rankings, and the assistant manager by clicking the link below. You will be redirected towards their platform, and you can obviously set up your account and get all these premium features. And obviously there are the free features too, and this is then obviously going to help you throughout the season in a very longer run. And as you can see, the transfer suggestions is something now I will start to rely on a little more, not completely but a little more. And the reason for that would obviously be the very pathetic performance of my team, and I don't know the reason. If you see the team on paper, it ain't that bad. I mean, I've got some really good and big names in there, but yeah, it has all been in the gutter since game week 3. I've tried my best. I've tried to pick up some of the players that were in a really good form, but as soon as they come into my side, they start blanking. You saw Alvarez was in a brilliant form, and the moment I picked him up, you saw what happened with him, just a 1-pointer from him. So I have even closed the neon light in silence for the performance that my team put up, which was absolutely awful. Now, if you look at the points, let's go to the FPL planner. And as you can see that I am on the worst of sides, even with 67 points. I'm not sure what more would I have to do. I took a -4. I brought Alvarez in because he was being owned by a lot of managers. 66.5% is his ownership, and if he had fired, I would have been, I would have been pretty more downhill than I'm currently am. And obviously I had to bring in Mbeumo, who had a pretty nice fixture, and Bowen was the one who was set to miss out because he was just 75% with his fitness, was probably ill. But yeah, we all saw what happened. Mbeumo flopped in a good fixture. He flopped, and then obviously Bowen scored, and Alvarez that I brought in for Jackson was obviously jack shit, and it has been for a while since he's been like that. And Julian Alvarez just got 1 point. Haaland obviously with the armband had to score only 1, and the rest of the team in the midfield was all right with Mitoma, Saka, and Son all returning points. And then the defense was with Estupinan, only the Estupinan, it was all right. Pickford got 2, Bayer got 1. I took chance of playing Bayer, and the reason was that I thought that Burnley there was a slight chance of Burnley keeping a clean sheet, and we saw that till at least 30-35 minutes. But obviously when Bruno Fernandes scored, everything went downhill for Burnley. I mean, they were a better side in that game statistically, but at the end it is the team that scores wins, obviously. So the 4-4-2 is continuously flopping, and I am on the worst of ranks in my entire life. Hopefully we can resurrect that. I am hopeful that we can resurrect that. But yeah, let's just take out hope from that. We will resurrect ourselves, and that is the aim and plan for now. Now let's just move back to the team selection stuff, and the transfer suggestion is on your screens. And it says I can bring in Trippier and take out Estupinan, take out Alvarez, and Morris would come back in, and Udogie out for Botman. Now, I am at this point where I could use the wild card. I could play that chip and resurrect the side, and obviously bring in the players that are firing and take all these lads out that have been shit for the side for a while now. Now what I could do is, if I stick with the one free transfer and not take hits this week, Chilwell would be the guy that is going to leave the team. I'm fed up of this lad. There isn't much to talk about in terms of Chilwell. We have all seen the shit stuff that is happening with Chilwell, who is not starting, and I don't know the reason for that. No specific reason I am aware of why he's not starting. I'm going to get Trippier in, who got some good and juicy fixtures. We can expect attacking returns from him. And obviously this could be a good one. So I could go for Trippier here, and that would be my team sorted for game week 7. And this is how I could go in and I could play. Where is a double fixture? I can be, I can go with that and let my team just be like this, with Saka having a potential fixture, Mitoma tough one, Son having a good fixture because Liverpool are conceding goals, and Mbeumo has a good one, Rashford who's been pretty shit but has good fixture, and similar is the case with Alvarez and Haaland. I can sorry about that. The other transfer move that I could do is let's just bring Chilwell back in. I could still keep Chilwell, replace him with Colwill, who I think is now a key man. He will be starting the games. And obviously, this is a proper 3-5-2. Either hold the transfer or get Morris in, who has a double fixture, a double potential fixture, and take out Mitoma, bench Mitoma in this one. And then obviously he'll come in as the first one. So this is the second move that I could do, and this will obviously be containing the one free transfer. I will be using that, and this is how the site could look like before the start of game week 7. Now the other perspective of this is that using the wild card. Now I'm going to be making a wildcard draft, and I'll let you guys know that if I am to hit the wildcard draft in a couple of hours, if I am to hit the wildcard chip in a couple of hours, obviously I would have to do that before the price rises of a couple of players that I'm intending to bring in. So I would have a team something similar to this. Now I have a draft already saved in my phone that I was making in an event while cursing over the Newcastle player that were continuously scoring and stuff. So what I would do is I'd start with the goalkeepers, the shit goalkeepers that I have, and Pickford obviously has to go. He has been the worst transfer from the very first day. And once we hit the position here and check out the goalkeepers that we have, I'll keep it simple. What I do is I'll bring in Leno. Obviously not the best of fixtures, but he has been on fire. He has been making those saves. He's in the list of the top savers in Premier League so far, and he has been providing those FPL points that we're missing out on. And the other one would be Areola. And I will definitely play Areola over Leno in this fixture, hoping for a clean sheet from obviously the likes of West Ham versus Sheffield United. Now the defense has to change. Chilwell has to go. I'm fed up of this man. And when I'll take out Chilwell, sticking with a potential cheaper option, let's just remove this, and I'd bring Botman in to actually bank some extra cash, and allocate that somewhere in the midfield or in the forwards. We'll talk about that along the way. Now Estupinan either could stay in or leave. With the set of fixtures, I am leaning towards taking him out, and I could bring cash in straight for the likes of Estupinan, who's just 4.7 and obviously has some good fixtures and can provide attacking returns in the games. Obviously the Brighton fixture is not the best of the fixtures they have, but yeah, I'd be happy to play him in the games versus Wolves and West Ham. What I could do in this fixture, I could just play Colwill in and bench cash. So let me just put the wildcard chip here so that you guys do not get confused. While I'm making a lot of transfers, I'm not going to be taking those many hits. Now obviously Son could stay in, or he can be sold out. And the reason for that would be there is someone who is providing similar attacking returns like him and at a much cheaper price, and that is obviously Maddison, who has been providing assists and some good points, and his expected minutes are a little bit more than Son, who obviously has not been very consistent from the last season. Now Saka stays in. Mitoma obviously not very consistent, and there are better options to bring in, and the better option for me would be James Ward-Prowse. Now you would ask why Ward-Prowse, and the reason for that, his set of fixtures looks pretty alright. I mean, you can look at the fixtures like Newcastle and Aston Villa and ask why would I bring Ward-Prowse in. But looking at from another perspective, they are conceding goals. Newcastle has been a bit leaky this season, similar has been the case with Aston Villa, and West Ham has been playing some brilliant football so far. I mean, they haven't won against the top teams like Liverpool and Man City, but they showed some potential, and from the very first day of the season, they have shown some betterments in the game. So I'm not saying that they are going to win those games, but I'm expecting attacking returns from obviously the likes of West Ham. And Ward-Prowse has been their key man so far. He has been consistent with the points apart from today, obviously. Then Mbuemo stays in. You can curse me for that, but Mbuemo has some good set of fixtures. And that was the reason why I brought him in. You can see here Nottingham Forest at away, Man United at away. Obviously not the good best of fixtures, but Man United is conceding goals. Burnley at home, a good one. Chelsea at away. You can say a mixed one. West Ham at home, a mixed one. Liverpool at away could be a good one because a leaky Liverpool. Arsenal, a tough one. Luton. So these are a mixed set of fixtures. You can expect attacking returns from the guy like Mbuemo, who is obviously the key man, selected by 30.9% of the people, and his expected points for the next game week are 5.9 average, and that is 6. So I'd hold on to him for the side of fixture that he has. Then Rashford has to go, who has not been up to the mark so far for me, and I'd bring the Egyptian king in, who we are missing out a lot on. And this would be my midfield, full pack midfield. Another thing I could do is take out Mbuemo and go for Diaby. Not a lot of difference in the price, but yeah, Diaby has good fixtures after this Brighton game. Wolves at away, then West Ham at home, Luton at home, Nottingham Forest at home, Fulham at home. So yeah, these 4 or 5 fixtures can be targeted with Diaby. So one can do that too. That is not a bad move. That is obviously not a very bad move. Now Alvarez and Haaland would stay up front, and Archer would have to go. And I'd simply bring Morris in for the good double fixture that he has. And I can bench Diaby in this one. Bring him up top. Udogie takes the second bench, and Cash could take the second bench, and Udogie with the third one. And this is what the wildcard team would look like for me. This I feel like that this is a very potential wildcard side, and can pay off in the longer run with a good set of fixtures. Now, if I do the wild card, I have to be patient, and obviously this strategy is that I actually devised for a longer run, and I would not be using -4 hits. I would not be taking those hits in the longer run because I would have defense and at least my keeper sorted for a while. Now I can play them as a rotation, Areola and Leno with a fixture that I think like could be a high potential one. And this is what the wildcard draft could look like for my team. Now, obviously, I in the wildcard you get unlimited transfers. So in the next few game weeks, I could in the next couple of game weeks, obviously in game week 8, I would bang a transfer and go in 9 with a couple of transfers. We can look at other options. Now, if I was to fit in Trippier here somehow. Trips could come in like this, then obviously I would have to get rid of Morris. Or bring Archer back in, and would have to take out that 0.3 million from somewhere else. And in that case, I would have to take a little tough decision with either Udogie or with either Colwill, and I would be willing to shave off Colwill from my side. And let's look at the options that we've got in terms of defenders who are very, very cheap. Let's just say we're going to be looking at somewhere around 4.2 million. So just to target the double fixture, I can go for Kabore and then obviously bench him in the next few game weeks, where then I would obviously be very restricted with Cash, Udogie, and Trippier. Bear is not the very safest of pigs, but yeah, can do that, can bring in Kabure here and then get rid of him later. But yeah, this is what the team would look like if I had Trippier in. Then obviously in the next few game weeks I can rotate Kabure and Cash, but I cannot expect points from the likes of Kabure, and the reason for that is pretty simple. That is because he is not in a team that has one of the very strong defenses. So I would not be sticking with Trippier as of now. I will be happy keeping Colwill in the side. Let's just bring Colwill back in. And either Botman or Schär. Botman looks like a good option, and I would then have 1.6 million in the bank to play around. Let's just bring Mbuemo back in. So yeah, bringing Mbuemo back into the side, and then what I could do is take a hard one, take out Alvarez from the side and bring Morris. Just bench Alvarez in that one and bring Morris in. So this is what the team could look like. This is what obviously what a potential team could look like for my side. Another thing that I could do is just click my mind. If I do not bring in Morris, if I just stick with Archer here, I've got little bank. Let's just try to splash that out on Foden. Probably will fall a little short. No, I haven't fallen short here. And yeah, I can get Foden in. So this is a much more potential wildcard draft with the likes of Foden, Alvarez and Haaland. The whole firepower here from actually Man City. Then Salah from Liverpool, Ward-Prowse covering that West Ham United's game, those attacking returns getting out from Ward-Prowse, Saka, Madison, Colwill, Botman, Bear, Areola at the back, and obviously Haaland with the armband. So I think with the wild card, I can sort my team out a little more. I've given you 3 or 4 dimensions to look at the if you are going to do the wild card. So if I am to use wild card, I will be hitting it right now, and I would suggest you guys do the same. Obviously, in case you are doing the wild card. So the video will be obviously out on Monday. It will be for early for you guys in the UK. So if you see this, definitely tap that wildcard button and do not wait a lot. You will be just a couple of players will rise that are really necessary for your side. So not to think about much. If you lost a couple of million, not to mind that, because you're gonna sell some players in profit too. So this is currently it from my side, and this is what the wildcard draft from my side could look like. I've told what the free transfers I could do if I were going to use that, because so far the free transfers haven't been going my way. So this is currently it from my side. Thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe and obviously hit the like button if you like the content that I post. And if you've got suggestions, do let me know in the comments below. How can I swim out of this mess that I am currently in? So yeah, take care all and best of luck.